The car community never fails to amaze me with its takes. As someone who reads hundreds and hundreds of terrible takes on a daily basis, I think it's safe to say that 80% of you guys, even watching this video right now, are straight up delusional. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But first, let's understand what a hot take is. By definition, a hot take is a quickly produced blah 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 opinion. Yes, a hot take is an opinion, and opinions can't be wrong. Oh, most of these takes are actually just flat out wrong. From calling the Cybertruck nice to telling me what to do in my own server, these are you guys' car related hot takes. Your Honda Accord is not faster than a Koenigsegg Jesko. Not a hot take, but like, bro, your content is fire and keep it up. Look, man, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm looking for hot takes. Thank you, though. The Corvette Z06 is trash. Okay, you guys are just trolling at this point. I banned him, by the way. Okay, finally, now we're talking. This guy says the Dodge Challenger is the best looking modern muscle car. I don't think this is much of a hot take, but it's still an opinion that not many people agree with. If that makes any sense. That probably doesn't. When we look at modern muscle cars, there really isn't much in the industry, as of right now at least. And it also matters how far back do we really consider as modern. Let's say anything from 2010 and above is modern. Let's lay it down and look at our options. First, the Dodge Challenger, one of the last actual muscle cars in my opinion. Why I say this is because a lot of the other muscle cars like the Camaro, the Corvette, yeah, a lot of people do think these are muscle cars, but in my opinion, they're going down the sports car route. I don't think they're more of muscle cars anymore. That being said, I still disagree with this take. I personally think that the Shelby GT500 looks better than a Challenger in every way. Maybe a wide body Challenger can compete, but nah, I still stand on what I said. Not an overall terrible take though, and thank you for actually sending something that's not a troll. In fact, let's clap it up for Quartas121. Yeah. Clap it up for him. But enough with the dumb stuff that people say and do. You want to know an actual smart thing that you should start doing? Shopping with Temu. Yeah, I was surprised to see how high quality their items are, even with such low and affordable prices. So I went ahead and picked up a 10-inch screen wireless CarPlay for my buddy's 2008 Corolla, which by the way, just completely transformed it. And I also went ahead and picked up a magnetic phone holder and a gimbal for recording clean shots. All for insanely low prices. And I almost forgot, I got a 5-piece wooden frame GT3 RS poster, which is currently hanging right in front of me right now. Every time I get on my desk to work, it's just hanging there, reminding me of my future goals. If your car or your room needs transforming, you can check out my pics with the link down below and in the pinned comment to download the app. This will take you to any of these items I mentioned for a 30% off discount on each of them. And for an added bonus, if you use the code on your screen right now, you get a free $100 coupon bundle. Me personally, this is a deal that I'll for sure not want to miss out on. So do yourself a favor and download Temu using the link in the description. Again, all you have to do is click the link in the description, pick any item and add it to your cart, and then apply the coupon code. The code is DNN7434. Every new user who applies this coupon code will get 30% off their order. Don't miss out on this amazing deal, because the CarPlay, gimbal, painting, and phone holder is something most of us watching this needs to make their life a little better. Thanks to Temu for sponsoring this video. The next take comes from Ren, and they say not all EVs suck. Again, this isn't a hot take, as long as you're above the age of 13. I'm sure you can see and understand the good in EVs versus the bad. People just hate on EVs as a trend, and that will be a hot take that I'd actually agree with. Back to what Ren says, yes, I agree. Name a few EVs that don't suck. We have the Rimac Navara. This is self-explanatory. We have the Rivian pickup truck. I mean, this truck has insane off-road capabilities, 11,000 pounds of towing capacity, great luxury, impressive range and performance. The list goes on and on. Even the electric Porsches and the Lucids are also nice. There's plenty of electric cars that could get the job done just right. Again, not a hot take. Next from Crosso, we have Hyundai Envision 74. What? The Cybertruck is nice. This one is just completely subjective and it's not even something I can break down. Tesla is good. Same thing. Please don't ping. Okay. You know what? Maybe asking the Discord wasn't the best idea. Let's go on Reddit instead. Yeah, okay, here we go. Finally, an actual hot take. PBanC from Reddit says, I can't believe how often I hear that Android Auto and CarPlay is a major deciding factor in people's purchases. Is it that hard to not touch or look at your phone that you need to link up with your car while driving? Okay, funny story about this take. When I was looking for a car to buy, the Corvette, I made sure to get a 2016 and up. Sure, they have better features like extra cooling, better technology, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's cool, but the main factor was knowing my car would come with Apple CarPlay. So completely opposite to what the take says, Apple CarPlay was a deciding factor in my purchase. But it's for a good reason. One, the standard GPS that comes with cars are significantly worse than the navigation system given to us in CarPlay. And I'm sure a lot of you disagree that Apple CarPlay isn't a deciding factor, but for me, it definitely is. It just makes the car look so much more modern on the interior. I don't know, there's something about having CarPlay that makes the car more welcoming, more inviting to sit inside. But yes, we finally got an actual hot take. I'm for sure gonna stay here on Reddit. Next, Gene says, I don't mind the haptic buttons and touchscreens replacing physical buttons. People just don't like change. Okay, this is another controversial take, like a hot take should be. I kind of disagree to an extent. Yeah, screens are not as bad as enthusiasts make them to be, but why I disagree with this is because it gets to a point that makes it too much. When you have cars with every single thing, and I mean everything from AC controls to window controls, steering wheel adjustments, again, it gets to a point. Screens are cool and yeah, they make the car look modern, but you shouldn't remove every single button like what Teslas are trying to push. One, it's just more stuff needing repairs. If your screen has software problems or issues, you're cooked. And there's no reason anyone should navigate through 23 different menu items just to turn on the heater, especially when they're driving. I'm sure how you can see how this is a major safety problem. It makes no sense, so I kind of disagree with this take. Okay, this next one is a very hot, and I mean boiling take. This man says this is gonna piss a lot of people off. And you know when someone starts a sentence like that, we're in for a juicy one. But modding cars is stupid. Engineers and designers way smarter than you spend years creating these cars. Yes, you can make it faster, but it's best enjoy the way it comes from the factory. And then Buddy doubles down and says, and don't even get me started on cosmetic mods. No set of aftermarket wheels look better than OEM. Okay, I don't even want to continue because this is arguable. No. I'm sure we could all agree that this is the worst take ever uttered by a human being. Somebody saying a straight piped Infiniti G35 sounds good might not even be as bad as this. Reading this for the first time, I had one eyebrow raised the whole time. I honestly don't agree with a single sentence uttered from this man. So let's break down each of them. First, he says modding your car is stupid. Already yapping. Modding your car is the best way to make your car your own and show your creativity. And just overall not get bored and tired of it. With enough time, everything gets old and you get accustomed to it. It's like a video game. Maybe Call of Duty for instance. If you played COD for a year straight using the exact same gun, class setup, you will get tired. It doesn't matter how overpowered and good the gun is. When you use it for long enough, you're gonna get bored and accustomed to it. Best gun in the game, I don't care if it's a brekkie from Black Ops 3, you're going to get bored. You want to switch it up, whether that's going for camos, adding new attachments, or just completely switching guns. What I'm trying to say is with enough time, everything can get boring. That's just how us humans are designed. We're never going to be satisfied. That's how it is when it comes to cars as well, at least for enthusiasts. People mod their cars to keep things fresh, whether that's looks-wise or performance-wise. Buddy then goes on to say, engineers and designers way smarter than you spend years creating these cars. This would be true if the engineers actually cared about each individual customer. Newsflash, they don't. They don't care about you. All they care about is designing what could make them the most money. And how do they do that? By creating a car that will appeal to your average buyer. That's why you wouldn't see Susan modding her minivan, because all she does with it is take her kids to soccer practice. She sees driving as a utility, not an experience. But for enthusiasts, driving is more than just a point A to point B. If it was, I would have gotten a Camry. But instead, ideally a car that has 2 inches of ground clearance and gets a whopping 6 miles per gallon. Yeah, the things we do for these machines. And then he finally goes on and bashes cosmetic mods. This I already explained, but one of the worst things he says is that no set of aftermarket wheels look better than OEM. Excuse me, what? At this point, this is 10 out of 10 rage bait, because I'm actually physically getting mad. But hey, it wouldn't be a hot take if everyone agreed with this, so kudos to him, I guess. Deleted over here is just straight to the point, full force. Driving fast isn't that much fun. As someone who has an extremely fast car, I can agree with this man. At least when you're used to it. Sure, when you first get that upgrade, the feeling is nice. Going from a 190 horsepower Honda Accord to a 650 horsepower rear-wheel drive Demon. But after you own a fast car and it becomes the norm, you sort of realize that going fast isn't all that. Especially when you outweigh the risks and the benefits. What I will never get tired of though is accelerating, maybe sliding corners, fishtailing, conversations with strangers, downshifting. Those are the constant things that put a smile on my face for driving a sports car, not the speed. Getting thrown back into your seat and hearing the RPMs rise is a much better feeling than, let's say, going 130, 140 in Mexico. Once you get a faster car, you learn to appreciate driving that car regularly, trust me. So although this is a hot take, I 100% agree with this guy. Good job, Deleted. I think we got a good amount of juicy takes in this video. If there's anything I learned, is that my Discord members can't take anything seriously. But I do love the community in there though. But before I leave, I'll leave you guys with a hot take of my own, and I'll see if you guys still like me after this. Ready? I genuinely believe Americans make way better enthusiast cars than Germans. Goodbye.